Melissa Carone was contracted by the voting systems firm Dominion to work at the polls in Wayne County on Election Day. She has now come forward in a sworn affidavit with some pretty damning information. We want to welcome to the show Melissa Carone. Melissa, thanks for joining Real America. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you so much.
I'm doing well, but I got to tell you, I'm fuming. I'm fuming mad under the collar, hearing about all these reports of illegal voter activity, voter fraud, and now what your affidavit claims is software, and I'm not going to call them glitches like mainstream media is calling, because this to me sounds like software interference into this election. So I'm going to shut up. I want to back up. Tell us your story. Who hired you? When did you get hired? And what did you see on Election Day?
Okay, so I'm going to start with, I was hired as a contract worker by Dominion Voting Systems to do IT work, to assist with IT work. I saw numerous ballots come in stacks of 50 being ran through tabulating machines over and over, 5 to 8 times over and over again, being counted 5 to 8 times. I saw people, the workers, signing signatures of voters, redoing their whole ballots. They had a huge table with stacks of blank ballots on them, and they were having the workers just fill them out however they wanted to, as if they were the voter, sign the signature. You know, I saw that. I mean, I can't even tell you how many times I saw that happen in a 24-hour shift.
Melissa, real quick on that one, I do want to butt in and ask you this. I'm sorry, but when you saw that, we've heard now from certain election officials in other states, well, that's because it was a damaged ballot or blah, blah, blah. So we are transcribing them exactly the way the voter wanted them, which I get that because in some states they're allowed to do that, but you can't sign their name. So let me ask you this. Were there observers there, both GOP and Democrat?
There was no oversight
No
with
observers.
those people whatsoever.
Yeah.
They were there to do that. They did that with no one watching them. They just got the ballot off the table, signed it, filled it out. That was it.
And you were in, is this the main vote tabulation center for Wayne County? Because Wayne County is where Detroit sits, right? So this is a big one. Was the center you were at one of the biggest ones?
I was at the TCF Center. Yeah.
The Light Center, the biggest one.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I want to clarify this for folks again. So you saw people at tables transcribing a voter's ballot onto a new ballot and then signing it and then submitting that one into the machine, and there were no poll observers from the GOP side to watch for fairness.
The challengers had absolutely no idea what was going on right there.
Okay, let's back up to the first claim then, because we did hear about this from someone else besides yourself about the machines. So they'd bring in 50 at a time, big stack, that supposedly were legit, legal ballots. And then you feed them through once and you're done. But they would feed those through, you said 5, 7, 8 times. So 50 turned into 400, 500 real quick.
It was a number right on the left-hand side of the right bottom side of their computer. The left-hand side was a number that the machine had tabulated for their whole shift. The left or the right-hand side should have never ever went over 50, ever. When it went over 50, those ballots were counted more than one time.
Wow. Now, could you, from your vantage point, or did they stop you from getting close enough, could you see who those ballots on the presidential side, who folks allegedly voted for?
I saw numerous ballots that night, and yeah, I could see who they were all for.
And they were for?
They were for Biden.
Okay.
Now, I did not see one single ballot in the TCF Center that was for Trump. Not a single one.
Wow. Okay. Again, I don't want to put any words in your mouth because you know what the mainstream media is doing with this story of you brave Americans who are coming out, signing affidavits, putting your name on the dotted line, putting your reputation out there. They are chalking this all up to a big conspiracy trying to help President Trump, and it's all fraudulent, all fake. None of this is real. As you watch MSNBC, CNN, this didn't happen. We're all lying.
Right.
You guys are all lying.
What do they always say? What do they always say? So there's no difference. There's no difference. There's no proving anything to them. The facts aren't real to them.
Yeah.
So
they're entitled to their opinion. They're not entitled to their own facts. I love that phrase. Let's talk about the software. Since Dominion was the one that hired you, we also keep hearing reports, and I drug up an old interview that I tweeted, I think last night, from a software tech, whatever guy from about 20 years ago who created software for, I think it was somewhere in Florida or the South. And he point blank 20 years ago said, yeah, the creators of software can create it so that it will skew votes. You could easily have it go 51-49 at the end of the night, no matter if it was 60-40. You can do it within the software, and no one could find that because it's encrypted except the original software writers. What's going on with Dominion software? Because we keep hearing possibly that there was software corruption.
okay, so I will say this. I got a email from the hiring manager that hired me. I believe it was November 6th. And he said, Melissa, can I get you to send me your resume? We're going to be doing a software update and, all of our software. He said, can you possibly, help assist with that in the future? And I just really didn't respond.
So they said they were going to do a software update, clean up their software after the election on the 6th.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to clean it out and get rid of it for sure.
Final question for you. How has it been for you since you came forward with this information from local press, national press, politicians, neighbors, random folks? Have you been getting threats? Have officials come out and spoken to you? A senator, a congressman, inspectors, FBI? What's been going on with you since you came forward?
So I did. The very first thing I did was file. I called the FBI and I made a report with them. I stayed on the phone with them for about 2 hours and haven't heard back from them. They have not called me back. I don't know. I really don't think they intend on calling me back. I talked to 2 people there. I also, I've been getting treated actually really awful by my, just people I've known for years.
I bet. We're sorry to hear that, dear. It's horrible that people don't want to hear the truth. Leave those on the screen, guys, so I can tell folks what those were real quick. As you were discussing what's been happening, I had my staff throw up your affidavit. It's about 2-3 pages. There it is. It shows you signed it. This is your claims and everything you just told us here on Real America about the machines and running through more ballots and not having observers, and that this was an unfair process. It is right there. She put it in black and white, folks. She signed this affidavit. This is your testimony. And you and others like you are growing across this country. They're being brave. They're standing up for what's right, which is a fair and legal election. Melissa Carone, thank you so much for your bravery, for stepping up. You take care of yourself, okay?
You too. Thank you so much.
Yep. Coming up on Real America and One America.